Hey credit cousins, today we are talking about a different topic aside from credits and grants. We have a major update about free money that will be sent to billions of Americans in a matter of days as we approach July. In this video, I will go over what to expect, who will be receiving this free money, why millions of Americans will be receiving this money, and how to take advantage of turning this free money into something more. Stay tuned and let's get into some things after this intro. So remember, during the pandemic, millions were sent $600 plus stimulus checks to give relief to Americans to help with paying bills due to several layoffs and job closures during the pandemic. Well, fast forward, we are in 2022 and we have hit an all-time high in inflation. Everything you touch, eat, drink, or now even where you sleep is a higher cost and it is sky high. While the cost of everything is up, many Americans are unable to cope with the quick rising rates of inflation. It's hitting Americans left and right from every angle. It's becoming hard for many Americans to make ends meet, so the government has decided to step in once again. So the government has decided to issue inflation relief checks to combat the high inflation that's happening around America. This is something that they have announced to the public yesterday, and it has been reported that many states will be issuing some type of inflation relief checks. For example, if you are in California, Gavin Newsom, the governor, has reported that 23 million Californians will get up to $1,050 in inflation relief checks. The relief checks are designed to help residents cope with global inflation and rising prices of everything from gas to groceries, which the state lawmakers quoted in their statement proposing this inflation relief check. So those who will qualify, if that's in California, are single taxpayers who earn less than $75,000 a year, and couples who file jointly and make less than $150,000 a year will receive $350 per taxpayer. Taxpayers with dependents will receive an extra $350. In other words, a couple that earns a combined $125,000 and has two children will qualify for $350 per adult plus $350 per their children for a total of $150. Checks will be sent via direct deposit or debit cards by late October. Now, here are the other states that have announced this type of inflation relief check, aka a stimulus check. Colorado state's residents who have filed their 2021 return by June 30th will get a check for $750, while joint filers will get a $1,500 in tax rebate. Delaware will send 300 stimulus checks to residents. Georgia signed the bill in March authorizing rebates to taxpayers who have filed their state returns. Single taxpayers can receive $250, with the head of household getting $375 and married couples filing jointly netting $500. Hawaii residents who earned under $100,000 in 2021 will get a $300 tax rebate this year. Individuals who earned more than $100,000 and couples who earned more than $200,000 will receive $100. Idaho will be giving $75 to taxpayers independent, or 12% of their 2020 state income tax return, whichever is greater. Indiana wants to send taxpayers an additional $225 in addition to 125 payments already going out through Indiana automatic taxpayer refund law. Maine residents who have filed their 2021 state tax return are eligible for a $850 tax refund check. Checks are expected to start arriving in mid-July. Minnesota plans to include an income tax rebate of $1,000 for individuals earning less than $165,000 and $2,000 for couples earning less than $275,000. New Jersey is set to propose a $500 give it back tax credit to families earning less than $200,000. $250,000. New York proposed a property tax rebate program, but the specific dollar amount have not been disclosed. New Mexico is providing a $250 rebate check for individuals who earn up to $75,000 and $500 for a married couple with income up to $150,000. Virginians will receive one-time checks for $250, with married couples who file together getting $500. So I have referenced the article that gives more in detail about each state or the states that have proposed some type of stimulus to combat this inflation. So make sure if you want more information, I'll leave the article down below. So my thoughts on this: the stimulus check that is being issued is clearly not enough from what I went over for any family who is on a fixed income, has no income, or low income. This may be some relief, but I do think that this will become a bigger issue. The feds have already announced that the interest rate will increase more by the end of the year, and gas prices in most states could reach up to $8 or $9 if it hasn't so already. Many Americans are being laid off as we speak. If you look into the news, if you look into the media, you see headlines that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workers are being laid off due to low demand or some type of funding issue. And many Americans will have to resort to some type of stimulus check because that will be easily accepted by a lot of people when they lost their job. But remember, during the pandemic, when the stimulus checks were dispersed, everything started to get expensive when consumer spending was high due to the stimulus checks being dispersed, even though we were in a pandemic. So who's to say it will go the exact way again, where it gets even more expensive, and once the money dries up, we will need more inflation relief checks, aka another stimulus check. So in my opinion, this will drive the government to introduce a universal basic income for everyone. Are you ready for something like this? A universal basic income check every month, but with probably stipulations attached to them. If everyone gets the same amount every month based on their household count and income, everything in the world can be controlled by the limit of items you literally buy at the store and things you have access to. The world will likely become unenjoyable, and it's only going to get worse. However, this is just my opinion and how I see the world, but who's to say how it could turn out, right? If you are receiving a inflation check, the best way to live is to never feel dependent on the government. But if you are watching this video, I do encourage every one of you to think next time they issue out a stimulus check to you, try to multiply your stimulus check. So here are some ways to multiply your inflation check. Number one, fix your credit. On this channel, I talk about how to fix your credit and how to increase your credit score and how to get some type of leverage on credit so that you could be able to invest or pay off debt. This will allow you to do so. This will allow you to be able to qualify for more things in the world. Perhaps you want to move. You can qualify for a house. You can qualify for getting funding for your business. Number two, learning a high desire and demanding skill, such as learning to code with AI technology programming languages, such as Java, Python, C++. Cybersecurity is also a good skill to learn during these times. Data science and/or digital and sales marketing. So these are high demand skills to learn and high demand jobs that will take you far. Number three, start an online business. Remember, during the last stimulus checks, consumer spending was at some record levels of spending. Think about it. If you start an online business during the next stimulus check release, you have a high chance of receiving business during the peaks of the next wave of consumer spending. This is one of the best ways to earn extra income by starting an online business with tangible or digital products or even services. Number four, learn the metaverse. So a part of this type of learning and learning the metaverse will be introduced to you on my channel very soon. I know many still think that the metaverse is for play and it won't be around, but in my opinion, when universal basic income becomes full effect in America, many Americans will resort to the metaverse to help them escape from reality, to make them cope with the hard times and unenjoyable society for what it may become. So guys, do you think stimulus checks will become universal for many households, and will things change the way society operates? Let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on this and how you plan to spend your upcoming stimulus check. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and find a link in the description box and pinned comments on this video to join the private group Credit Cousins to keep up with more credit tips and tricks. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.